The following is a production of cprundown.com. The views and opinions expressed by the hosts of this podcast are those of the individual and not of any affiliated companies. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Rundown on Fun, a weekly podcast covering the Six Flags Entertainment Corporation, the amusement industry, and everything to do with fun. Here are your hosts, Carson Anderson, Evan Schultz, and Kyle Hu.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of the Rundown on Fun, a weekly podcast where we cover the Six Flags Entertainment Corporation, Cedar Point, and everything to fun.
Pretty good for not being here for a while.
Yeah, hello, I'm back. I feel like I've been in a pretty good pattern lately of back for one, gone for like three.
Right.
After this, I'll talk to you all spring break probably.
Well, the funny thing is, I think this is only our second episode since the last time you were on. So even though it's been a month.
That is true. That is true. But you know what? There hasn't been a whole lot of news, but luckily we've got a bunch of news to talk about. And I'm just going to jump right into it. So NoCoaster, their ACE event happened obviously last weekend. That's the one that we were talking about that I went last year to, it's over by Six Flags, Great America in Chicago, literally right next to the airport. Really cool. If you're an ACE member and you want to go check it out, really cool off-season event. You just have to be an ACE member to do it. But yeah, so Cedar, obviously Tony Clark was there. He also talked about Kings Island and things like that and stuff and whatever. But hello, I think Evan and I, we talked about this last time. We're like, we're probably going to record and Winter Chilla tickets will probably go on sale. And then they'll probably sell out before we get the chance to actually record an episode. And lo and behold, yesterday.
That's exactly what happened.
They were announced at the NoCoaster Con. And then literally they went on sale. Spoiler report, we're recording on a Thursday night. And they literally went on sale at like around 10 a.m. or so yesterday, Wednesday. And then they sold out pretty quickly as well. Evan, I do want to touch on that just a smidge. It seems like they didn't sell out as fast as, I don't know, previous years. I kind of want to address that just a smidge. I think it didn't sell out just as fast because there was a lot of people saying, oh, it's not a popular event anymore. That's the reason why it's not selling out. I don't think that's it.
That's bull. That is not true.
I don't think that's it at all. I think what happened, or I think what's going on is one, and this is just us speculating, is one, I believe possibly they actually gave more tickets out to the event, which could be, and which is really good because obviously, it raises money for a kid again, charity and stuff and everything. So that's really cool. And then also maybe onto that as well, they might have fixed the queuing system to where literally say like right at 10 o'clock when the tickets were, they didn't announce it was supposed to go at 10 o'clock. We were just assuming. And I refreshed, I got thrown into a virtual queue literally. And I had to wait. I don't know. I think there was like, at least when I got in there was like 30 or 40 people in front of me. So I had to just kind of wait and stuff. And so they might have figured that out per se, because once you waited in that queue, you had 10 minutes to, I don't know, click around, add 70 to your cart or something like that. You can, do whatever. And you weren't kicked out. And it looked like they only selected, or maybe I'm thinking maybe behind the scenes, maybe they only had maybe 20 or 30 people at a time actually at the ticket page itself, to where it was like, whoa, then that's why there was so much of a backup of people that were waiting in line, because I was like, oh crap. And thankfully Justin, I don't know, he's quick on like a flash or something. And he just went right in and he's like, I didn't even have to wait in a line. And I'm like, what? I'm like, how in the world, and so
refreshed right at the right moment.
Yeah. And so luckily, he was able to buy our tickets, and Evan and I will definitely be there. So if anyone's there, feel free to say hi to us. Kyle, I don't think he's going to trudge to the nice, snowy, cold, northern Ohio over here, but
I am not this year.
But yeah, so Evan, do you think that like maybe they just kind of like there was only 10, 20, 30 people max allowed to be at that ticket page. And then it just kind of.
I think it's both. They did it right, or Accesso did it right for once.
Yeah.
And it seemed like they opened it up to more people, because I went on later just because.
Yeah.
Just to see what was going on, see how long the line was. And it said I was like, I don't remember the exact number, but I was like 2,000th in line or something like that.
Yeah.
Like something nuts. So I think they did probably open it up to more people, because they realized that it's all going to charity, and there's a huge demand. And I mean, there was only what, like 2,000 people going to it in the first place.
Right.
What's another couple thousand? It's not going to put a big strain on the park to pull it off. So why not?
Well, I was going to say, we'll have to pay attention when they give us the facts of like, hey, we raised blah, 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 blah.
Well, it's easy to figure it out, because tickets were $100.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And I know a lot of people are complaining about that. I'm like, well, one, it's real. You get free food. Two, you get like swag. Three, you get to walk into the park when the park's closed for this, like, until May.
It's a charity thing.
It's good for charity, and you get to see some really cool things that you will never.
I mean, if Cedar Point were charging that much and pocketing it, okay. I don't know if I'd be too thrilled with that, but it's for charity, so suck it up.
Yeah. Yeah. And plus, I'm assuming all the full-time employees that are there on the Saturday and stuff, they're probably volunteering their services and stuff like that. So. But yeah, so a lot of things were announced at that No Coaster Con. I'm gonna run through. We just talked about the winter chill out that was announced, and then it's gonna be on February 21st. By the way, I didn't say the date, but yes, it'll be on February 21st. So those that have tickets, we'll see you there. That's the day before my birthday. I'm gonna have a celebration for my birthday.
Man.
Yeah, right. So more to come on that. We'll obviously, be having a podcast afterwards and talking about.
That'll be our next episode.
No, that's not going to be our next episode.
Okay, our second next episode.
Okay, maybe, yeah. I mean, the way the news is trickling in, yeah, maybe.
Well, I'll touch on this later, but I may have a trip report before then.
Oh, you know what? I will have a trip report before that as well, or at least baked into that, because I'll be down for the Daytona 500. So anyway, so we have some new again. They teased an all-new event coming to Cedar Point this season, but they shared zero details about it. They didn't say what it was, when it's going to be.
That's got winter chill out announcement written all over it.
They just said, "Stay tuned." And I'm like,
That's going to be a tweet at about 3:00 in the afternoon on February 20th.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Bookmark this.
Another really cool event, and I didn't even think about this, but obviously America's turning 250 this year, 250 years old. So I think 4th of July is like the birth date, I think, of America or birthday or whatever it is. I'm sorry.
It's Independence Day, buddy.
Okay. That's probably.
You might want to edit this.
No, I'm not going to edit. I'm sorry. My bad. Independence Day. Whatever. Wow. I didn't pay attention in history. That's why I was getting D's. Anyway, so America 250 event is going to be happening at Cedar Point, and what that is it sounds like there's going to be huge, massive firework displays around Cedar Point, and supposedly it might be one of the biggest firework displays that the park has ever done. I was also kind of thinking
Independence Day, 4th of July is on a Saturday, which is nice.
Oh yeah, and I was also kind of thinking, I'm like, well, how could they do more fireworks? I'm like, well, maybe they could do a fireworks show, like maybe just like all around the park. Or I was also thinking like they could do the fireworks in their normal spot, but also maybe add a barge, like a barge on the water kind of thing, and shoot off fireworks from there. That could be kind of cool.
Universal do that? Doesn't Universal do that with their lagoon?
They do it. They did it for their New Year's Eve celebration and stuff. It'll be really interesting to really interesting to see. It was also really cool to see, and more details to come on that, obviously, from Cedar Point when they release more details on that. Also really cool, they showed pictures of the maintenance area, I guess the maintenance bay for Siren's Curse. They talked a little bit about kind of like what's going on. And they showed some pictures and stuff and everything. Really, I think that's cool that they don't have to truck off the trains all the way or move the trains to the maintenance building and stuff. They could just do it pretty much like right there, almost like what Top Thrill has for their trains and stuff. They're using that existing engine house and stuff for that. So, and then they also said that they're not talking about what's going on in the Snake River Falls section of the park. So I don't know what that means. I wasn't there at the event, so I'm not exactly sure what that means and what that entails. Also, hello, it's going to be 50th anniversary for Corkscrew this year, and the park's actually going to be celebrating that. They're going to come out with a bunch of new merch for it to celebrate the 50th anniversary. And Evan, I think you said first, you're like, ooh, tweet up coin for this year might maybe be the 50th anniversary for Corkscrew. If
that wasn't me that said that, but I'll take credit for it because you're probably right.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe I don't know. I was like, oh, that was a good idea, Evan. You know.
Yeah. I told you. I told you.
But yeah. So I think that's probably about it. For that. Yeah, I think that's pretty much about it for Cedar Point and stuff and everything.
Well, good segue.
Yeah.
You know what else is celebrating its 50th anniversary? Six Flags Great America, our home Six Flags park. Well, OG Six Flags park.
Yeah. That is true.
So yeah, it's their 50th. It's also Valley Fair's 50th, and I think another park that I can't think of off the top of my head. Maybe.
I can't remember.
I don't know, but it's Valley Fair and not California's Great America, Six Flags Great America's 50th anniversary, and they're doing a ton to celebrate it. Kind of similar in fashion to how Kings Island celebrated theirs. What was that? 4 years ago now? Jesus. So I'm totally ripping this all this information off of Twitter. A Chicago radio news station guy, Marcus Leshock, he was there. He's always posting about amusement parks, and he gave a very good bullet pointed tweet about what's going on at Six Flags Great America. And yeah, I mean, he's a news guy, so why wouldn't he want us to share this, right? And if you don't follow him on Twitter, this is the easy way to get all the info here. So he was at NoCoaster. And if you're interested in all the Six Flags Great America stuff, the Winner's Circle go-karts have been removed and demolished. Those were in between Little Dipper and Goliath-ish, kind of that area, up against Batman. It's that's not a small area. That definitely opens up for a big new ride. Just saying. Whizzer, the Schwarzkopf, I can't think of the actual model name, but it's a Jetstar or Speed Racer or something like that, is receiving some track work, including 14 new pieces of track. Raging Bull is getting a whole new staircase built going into the station for the queue line and maybe the exit too. I'm not really sure. And if you remember, it just got a paint job in September of this year or last year.
Can I just say that's kind of really random of let's put a new staircase in for.
Or, I mean, it's
the coaster.
It's fine. I get it. But advertising it? How bad was that staircase?
Right.
were people falling through it?
We're gonna add 14 new trash cans too, by the way. And
no, that'd be Cedar Point.
True. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't make fun of them, but remember when they were not announced, but
those big ones, those
trash
big
cans back in Frontier Town.
Hey, those were those were supposed to be the coolest trash cans ever, and they were really bad.
Oh my God, that's some Cedar Point lore right
They would
there.
always get stuck. If anybody knows the Cedar Point from back before COVID and stuff, they know what we're talking about.
There was an announced in 2017.
I think they were called Big Bellies or something, weren't they? Big Belly or something like that?
I don't know. They were trash compacting or something.
Something like that. I never saw them compact anything.
Everybody in the room, I think it was a winter chill out announcement. Everybody in the room was like, woo, yay. I'm sorry, Tony. Sorry, but come on, man. Anyways, the front carousel, which is, as if you are familiar with that park or the one in California, it's a big double-decker carousel. Oh, I'm sorry, the front of the carousel. Sorry, I read it wrong. The carousel's cool though. So this is their opening, their grand entrance type thing. It's getting a refurbishment, including a new flower bed that will feature the park logo, much like at California's Great America.
That's going to
New
look
food
really
and beverage
cool.
offerings, just like Kings Island did, just like I think Kings Dominion did. They're talking about maybe doing a tasting pass type thing. The Firehouse Snacks, which I believe is pretty much right off of their main street, is becoming an ice cream parlor. They will be bringing root beer floats back, like back in the day. So if you grew up going to that park, get excited, because I didn't know that was like a thing.
I didn't know it was a thing either. Yeah.
The Emporium will become a legacy store and museum celebrating the 50th anniversary.
And is that the one at the very front of the park, or?
Yeah, I think right to the left when you walk in.
Okay.
So all of this welcome to being a Cedar Fair Park, Six Flags Great America. All that store is going to look exactly like Point Plaza. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with
and
that.
That's not a bad thing.
Yeah,
that's not a bad thing.
Yeah,
I'm just saying there's definitely a style that Cedar Fair always uses, and it's going to be repeated.
I really want, like, when it opens, I want to be like, ooh, and go take a peek and go look at pictures or go in person and see for it myself and check it out. But yeah.
Yeah, that's not a hard trip. An all new Nighttime Spectacular is coming for the anniversary with a stage show and a theme parade.
150. I'm just kidding. 50.
No, just 50.
Yeah.
It's we are 50.
Yeah.
50th anniversary merch. No surprise there. From June 20th to August 9th, the park will be open until 10 p.m. every night. I'm sorry, Six Flags. It's really kind of sad that that's an exciting thing, because most of the big boy Cedar Fair parks already did that. But
again, that's another step up.
That's true. That is true. They are introducing an anniversary brick program. So if you and a loved one frequent Six Flags Great America, go ahead and buy yourself a brick. That will probably be, I don't know, somewhere in the park.
Yeah.
New parking lot signage and toll plaza,
which I think that's my god,
huge. That toll plaza is awful.
Yeah, and it just screams old school Six Flags, Flags. So like the render or the photos, I think that they released and stuff, or at least they had on slides. I was like, ooh, okay, that actually looks really okay. It looks like we're beautifying it,
Is it going to look a lot like Cedar Point's probably?
Kind of, but not really. I mean, it's gonna have the blue.
It's the Cedar Fair style. It's the Cedar, like Worlds of Fun and Carowinds.
Yeah, it's gonna have like the solid blue. It'll have like their logo and stuff and everything on it and whatever, and it'll look really.
It's a big arch instead of just crappy little booths.
Yeah, it looked like they were. I think I want to say, I don't know for sure. I was gonna say I thought they had like a banner, literally like a flappable banner or something that would say their stuff. I don't know for sure. I just thought I remember seeing that something in my head, and it would stretch across. This actually looks like a permanent, like actual plastic, like nice quality sign that might light up at night. And
so it's Cedar Points. Anyways, they did redo their entrance plaza, like park entrance plaza last year, so this kind of just falls in line with that.
Yes, it does look really good over there when I got to see that.
Let's see. And then people asked about if American Eagle would race again, if a kids area was coming, and if there would be some kind of ride going into the front entrance of the park. I don't know what would spark that rumor, but no answers were given there. Can I mention with American Eagle that ride will never race, because there's one team that will always win with the design of that ride. Whatever. Anyways, and I think they've said it's a structure thing. Like, not that the ride's unsafe, but like it's very unnecessary stress on the structure to have that thing race.
I was gonna say, jumping in a little bit to the merchandise that they released, they did have a few pictures that they had on their slides and stuff, and it looks like there's like a golden carousel with a big 50 in the background of that and stuff, and they have like a bunch of sweatshirts, a bunch of t-shirts. It's not like I thought maybe they were just going to almost like copy and paste like the 50th anniversary for like Kings Island, but just change it. They didn't.
No, theirs is a little different. Valley Fairs, on the other hand, is pretty much the same.
Yeah. And then they also have like a nice, it says Six Flags Great America, and it's got a big 50 with the park skyline kind of like outlined in the 50 and stuff. Really cool. So I'm curious to see what all that kind of fun stuff is gonna look like when everything comes out and stuff. But again, like they're beautifying the old Six Flags parks and stuff. You know,
Yeah.
they're not just put some paint on there and be done. Like they're actually doing some work and they're spending a bunch of money. You know, and it might not be sexy stuff, but people will notice and be like, "Oh wow, it's really cleaned up and really nice looking."
The unsexy stuff because I think it makes the park sexy. Like
exactly, it adds
when a
to the
park doesn't
atmosphere.
look run down and crappy like some Six Flags parks do.
Yes, yeah,
and I mean I love that park, but it was looking rough for a while. So this is all very welcome changes, and I haven't been there in a couple of years, so I don't know what's already been done.
Yeah.
I do, since I'm talking 50th anniversary, I'm going to jump ahead a little bit. I was going to talk about this later, but I'm just going to do it now. Valley Fair is also celebrating their 50th. They've been teasing a new water park attraction or attractions for a while. I don't know that they haven't announced what, but there is something happening, and they keep saying hashtag something superior, as in like Lake Superior 2026. So yeah, they've been teasing that.
I think they said something about we're going to find out like springtime or something, or late spring.
Yeah, I don't really know why they're waiting so long, but but yeah, it's going to be a big water park expansion because they got rid of a lot of their water park. Like they cut out half of their water park at the end of last year so they could start construction on whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
My half joking but half serious thought with that is that they're waiting to see which slides can be salvaged from Six Flags America before bringing them over, and that's why they're afraid of announcing specifics yet. But
yeah, maybe.
Yeah. So yay, Valley Fair, woo.
I just want to jump to Six Flags Great America really quick. I'm shocked, and I think I said this like when I was there for Wrath of Rakshasa Media Day. I was like, they still have the go-karts? Like, what? Was that not in the budget to demolish? And to be fair, when I walked by there, now there was a little bit of a rainstorm, but all of those go-karts were running. They were, they were open and stuff and everything. But I was just like, really, we're going to keep the gas maintenance hog go-karts around? And then, this off season they got rid of them. So no final ride. That's the only ride I believe that Six Flags got rid of that nobody could get a final ride on was the go-karts. So. But Kyle,
hey, until we show up at Winter Chill and there's a bunch of rides missing. Yeah.
Hey! All right,
I think that's how Frontier Fling went. I think we all just kind of like, where'd it go?
And be like, oh, it's gone.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Well,
anyways,
we'll see.
Let's talk about another park that like just had their 50th.
Yeah, Kyle.
Was, what, 2023?
I think so.
Something like that.
Something.
Kyle, what are they doing?
They posted on Instagram, was it earlier this week, like 3 or 4 days ago?
Mm-hmm.
Not much, honestly. They posted a picture of what looks to be a shipping crate, but you can't tell if it actually is or if it's actually from their park because there's just a sky in the background. And the only caption was, "Did you hear? Something is out there. Hashtag what's in the woods. Hashtag Carowinds 2027.
What do we think?
I don't even have a clue.
I think it's a GCI Woody because hashtag what's in the shed.
Yeah, that was my initial thought too. But the what I think it is versus what I wish it is are two different things. I hope that they are going to either I hope that they're going to GCI. What's their Woody Hurler?
Yeah.
Because that thing still has a pretty fun little layout, but man, it's just rougher than ever.
Yeah. You were there what, this year?
I was there in October when I was on the way home from my my solo fall road trip.
Did you?
That's right.
Did you get to ride it, Hurler?
I did. I rode everything that night. It was so busy. I told you all I parked.
That's right.
The app didn't even think I was in the park.
That's right. And you ended up buying Fastlane.
Yeah. So I shelled out like $150 for Fastlane for a night. I did everything.
I was going to say, speaking of Fastlane, a lot of the Six Flags parks are now starting to, like legacy Six Flags parks are switching over to Fastlane. I saw that, I think like Six Flags Fiesta Texas, I think just launched it a few
I think they're the only park that's like
weeks ago. I mean, again, it's the evolution. It's going to happen. We've seen it with the website. We're going to see it with a bunch of ticketing stuff and everything. I'm a nerdy, and I saw that the Six Flags website, when you buy tickets, when I bought the Winter Chill Out ticket, I looked at the URL, and the URL still is not updated. It still says kind of like Cedar Fair-ish, so they're still not on the Six Flags brand with all of that yet. And then also what is it? Cedar Point, and also, like, if you go to Cedar Point's app, it doesn't work anymore. It'll tell you that they moved. Same thing with Kings Island and stuff. They actually moved to the actual Six Flags app, and you can pick your park, and you can actually set your park. If you go in your settings, you can go in there and set my home park. And then, because for the longest time, it was setting my home park as Carowinds. I'm like, what the heck? And then I looked in the settings and like, you can change your home park. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I was able to actually do that, which was nice.
It was just putting you in corporate.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but
anyways, back to Carowinds.
Yeah. Sorry.
Well, I mean, that's kind of it for the story. They posted a picture of a shipping crate and they teased something for 27.
All right.
I remembered that during when they made that, when Six Flags made that announcement towards the end of last year with like, hey, these things are coming in 2026, but like more details later. And then like most of that stuff hasn't happened yet, but just like the Giga Dive, that's about all that happened at Over Texas. They did say Carowinds was going to get a record-breaking water ride.
Okay.
So is that what's going to happen here? But like, what does that have to do with the woods? Does Carowinds even have woods?
Maybe it could be like the theme or something. Maybe woodsy or something.
I mean, all I can think of is where that Thunder Canyon ride was under Fury. That was woodsy, but they ripped out all the trees when they ripped out the ride. So I don't know.
Yeah.
It's going to be real interesting. But for them to start teasing a 2027 ride in mid-January 2026.
It's good that
it's going to be a big ride.
It's good that they're actually, spend Six Flags themselves is actually, being like, okay, we're going to spend money. We're going to be doing this. So it's not just like, well, keeping everything super tight lipped. And
you don't start teasing a flat ride more than a year in advance.
Right.
So I think this is going to be huge, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll keep following it.
Speaking of just small little update, Six Flags Magic Mountain actually, they posted a photo on their actual Facebook and says a new chapter in thrill engineering begins. Details to follow.
Thrill engineering.
Yeah.
Thrill engineering. What the hell does that mean?
Right. The track is blue. Evan, I don't know if you saw this picture. I was gonna say, is it Vekoma or Premiere? It kind of looks like either or.
It could be Premiere.
Hold
on. Let me look at it again.
I see. I'm kind of thinking it might be Premiere. The way that the style is, it almost looks like the coaster that's out in Canada's Wonderland that was built.
We wrote it not that long ago, buddy.
I can't remember the name.
Open Fury.
Thank you. It
Where
looks
did they
very.
post this? Is it not on Twitter?
No, it's on Six Flags Magic Mountain's Facebook page. If you go
Who uses Facebook anymore?
Well, we do. But I mean, yeah. Everyone going.
I'm getting there. Hold on.
Go check out the Six Flags Magic Mountain Facebook page and go check out the post of the new track, and they got a lot of track on site already.
Could be. Hold on. This could be Premiere, but they already have a Premiere launched.
Well, why not have another one? I don't know.
I think they have two. They have two. Isn't that what West Coast Racers is? Isn't that a?
You're supposed to be the nerd that knows all that.
Well, if it's January, I'm rusty. I can't get a good
Kyle,
close-up of Alvin Fury's
Kyle, did
track.
you see the photo at all that I'm talking about? Oh, we must have lost Kyle.
No, sorry. I had to unmute in two different spots.
Okay.
No, I did not see this photo.
Oh, okay. It looks like, yeah, it looks like Premiere, but I don't know.
Hold on, I'm trying to compare it to two rides here. What's the Germany Fantasia Land?
Say Alpen Fury.
I already looked at that, and there is something missing compared to Alpen Fury. But I want to look at it.
It doesn't look like Siren. Like, it doesn't look like Siren's Curse. Like, it just looks too. Like
But
the structure looks too compact, like in the middle with the triangles that are holding it, like
but the
the
rumor's
spine.
been that this is going to be a Vekoma New Age flying launching coaster.
Yeah,
And
all
I'm
right.
trying
Well,
to get
then
a good picture of that track.
maybe it is that. I don't know. Although it does say a new chapter in thrill engineering begins, so maybe that does tie into what you just said. Where
first. North America's first. The first in the Western Hemisphere. I could hear it now. Come on. There's no good pictures of this. Hold on.
I think it's if not.
Okay, no, that doesn't get me. Vekoma and Premiere must use the same exact track design. That's all.
I guess we'll find out when we find out. But yeah, I mean, I want to say it. I don't remember when or where, if I was half asleep or if I dreamt this or something, but I really think I saw Premiere or something post that photo that Six Flags Magic Mountain showed on their story on Instagram. And I was like, I guess that's Premiere, but I don't know.
It could have been Vekoma, to be honest with you.
It could have been Vekoma as well. But anyway, another coaster coming to the Six Flags chain, which is really nice to nice to see. But another coaster that'll be coming.
Yeah, we've been following this thing like crazy, haven't we?
Soon. Yeah, they just if you go on, I don't know, I think it's on their X account. But they did a really cool drone shot of like the first hill and like kind of like followed it and kind of mimicked like what it was supposed to do, like when it dives down and stuff. But
anyways,
the new coaster
what park are we talking about?
Six Flags Over Texas, their brand new coaster. Evan, you want to talk a little more about that and what we got to see?
Once we're not leading with this ride, but yeah, we're just basically providing weekly construction updates on this thing now. Last we talked, I think it was topped off and maybe the drop was done. Yeah. Now it's topped off, the lift hill, the drop, and the first inversion are done. And as Carson said, at least on Twitter, that's where I'm looking at it right now, they posted a minute-long video kind of mimicking the ride experience through that point with I think, I would assume a drone, unless they did some crazy weird technology. But yeah, it's super cool. And this thing is absolutely, I keep seeing pictures from fans, like from outside the park, like on just like the city streets and stuff. This thing looks fake. It looks bigger than 300 feet.
Well, the thing is there's nothing really standing around it. So like for instance, you don't have to worry. Like for instance, Valraven, like if it was standalone all by itself or whatever, it'd be like, whoa, that thing looks huge. But you've got Millennium Force in the background. You've got Magnum. You've got, Top Thrill 2. You've got all these giant structures, and it's just like, okay, cool. But you have something that's like stand off like that by itself, 300 feet high. Oh, yeah, it looks pretty legit.
Yeah, it's something. That's what I can say.
We're gonna have to do a boys trip to Texas.
That is a long drive. But this is a good spot for me to mention my little maybe I'm going to have a trip report.
Oh yeah, because,
and this is before Kyle gets into a little bit of Orlando news, because I guess we're kind of an Orlando podcast too. So have y'all heard of Frontier Airlines, right?
Yeah.
They have this fun thing called the Go Wild Pass, and I hate Frontier Airlines, so I'm a little leery on how this is going to work, but I bought it.
What?
And what it is you get basically free flights through Frontier. You just pay like $15 in taxes, but it's like super spur of the moment. You can only book it the night before to get that rate, right?
Wait, the night before you're supposed to fly, you just book that rate?
If I'm flying Saturday, anytime during the day on Saturday, I got to book it Thursday night going into Friday at midnight, or sometime Friday. But that's your best bet's going to be at midnight Friday.
Oh, you can't. I guess that's kind of cool, because I mean, like, you're like, dude, I got the weekend off, so I guess like, okay, let's go. You
go wild. So, but anyways, one of the things because the reason I'm mentioning this now is because Dallas, Texas is one of the direct flights from Cleveland.
Oh,
see where I'm going here? See?
Okay.
So we might be getting somebody on Tormenta a little sooner than we thought. And also Orlando is one of those options as well. And I'm itching to use this thing.
Yeah. How much was that? Like $300?
$350.
Did you buy it during like Black Friday or something or whatever?
I just bought it, but it is technically a sale.
Oh my gosh. I think it was like $100 or $200 on Black Friday or something like that. But
I don't know, but anyway. It's still
cool.
Crazy cheap.
Did you
I get good use out of it.
Did your girlfriend get one too, or just you?
She told me to buy it and see how it works before she spends the money.
Okay, fair.
Well, and in fairness, she doesn't have a universal pass. I do. So
I was
for
gonna
her,
say,
it's
like,
really
I'm
worth
surprised you're
it.
not tapping me on the shoulder saying, "Hey, you want to buy a Go Wild pass?" Because
It's in the trial phase.
okay, yeah,
The
yeah. Let me know
trial
how it goes because I've thought about it, but I'm just like, huh. I didn't realize you had to do it like 48 hours in advance, but
less than that.
or
Less than that.
24 hours. I figured you had at least like maybe a week to be like, okay, yeah, cool. I'm gonna pick this day.
It does get you discounts earlier on, but to get the free quote unquote rate, you have to do it the day before your flight.
All right. Well,
It's pretty, like, it's very spur of the moment. And like I said, in my girlfriend's case, she doesn't have a universal pass,
right.
so she have to buy the Go Wild pass
And then
and the universal pass to really make that aspect of it worth
that's interesting. But like,
yeah,
how do you know if like the flight's good to go or it's just like
you don't.
okay? I mean, like you
don't.
could be like, dude, I'm going to Universal this week, and you click on the site, and you're like, well, guess I'm not going to Universal this week.
Exactly.
Okay.
So, anyways,
right.
that's my February 7th. I might be making a little day trip, and that might be some content for in between now and Winter Chill Out.
Well, yeah. Well, I was going to say like, oh, you could go to the media day for for the NoCoasters.
Well, I'm not gonna be ridiculous with this. I'm not taking days off just to fly for the hell of it.
No, I'm just saying like you could be like at that media day, but be like, hang on a minute, RSVP, but then you're like, well, sorry, there was no flight for me, so I guess I'm not gonna be able to go since the flights were all booked up or whatever. That's so interesting.
Anyways,
okay,
I might be going and checking the construction update of what is it? Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift in Orlando, Florida, Kyle, something like that.
Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift
in Orlando, Florida.
What ride is that replacing, Kyle? I can't. What is that? The
Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense now.
Yeah.
I think Kyle, the what isn't the Fast and Furious ride that currently is at the park? Isn't that closing too?
Oh my God, that's closing too, and I'm actually really sad about that. Like,
you might be the only person.
You know what? I have fun on that thing.
Good for you.
I like it because of the lights and the sound system sounds really cool. But that's pretty.
I just have a lot of fun on the ride. You sit in the back row, and you like hop when the bumps come along, like and like you'll rub the ceiling, man. Like you get thrown all around.
It's not my least favorite ride on property. You'll give it that.
This man
This is my least favorite ride.
I would say he wants to ride, the Fast and Furious that ride, all the time. But I'm like, dude, let's do Dr. Seuss. He's like, no.
I don't like the Cat in the Hat ride.
Hey.
Yeah, it was funny. So they just announced this thing, 2 days ago on Tuesday, and that night, me and announcer Justin were at Universal, and they were already painting the construction walls with the coming 2027.
Oh, cool!
Fast and Furious logo.
That's cool.
And
we were both like, man, they were quick. They just announced this thing like 4 hours ago.
Well, they'll have track going vertical in like a day. Like they fly.
We didn't make it over to the studio side until it was much too dark to see if there was anything going on. So we didn't actually see like any construction, just how they were prepping the area.
Cool.
But, let me go ahead and read the press release for this, and then we can talk about it.
Yeah.
Universal Orlando reveals its next blockbuster attraction, Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift, a high-speed roller coaster coming to Universal Studios Florida in 2027. Universal Orlando Resort is revving up for its next big thrill with Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift, a high-octane outdoor roller coaster that will join the Universal Studios family in 2027. Replacing the former Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket roller coaster, Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift will put guests in the driver's seat of high-speed thrills of Universal Pictures' Fast and Furious universe like never before. Riders will experience the exhilarating sensation of 360-degree drifting as they speed through jaw-dropping maneuvers, including a 170-foot vertical spike that will send riders nearly 17 stories in the air over the outskirts of Universal City Walk. Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift will join an award-winning collection of coaster experiences at Universal Orlando Resort and is another exciting example of the incredible growth, momentum, and world-class innovation of Universal destinations and experiences. Universal Studios Hollywood will debut its own one-of-a-kind Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift roller coaster later this year. As Universal Studios Florida makes way for this exciting new experience, Fast and Furious Supercharged will permanently close in 2027.
Woo!
More information about Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift will be shared in the months ahead. For more information, visit universalorlando.com.
I don't know, man. If it's anything like the one in Hollywood, this is going to be a cool ride.
Yeah, it looks cool, and I saw the trains at IAPA this year. I imagine it'll be very similar. The trains are gorgeous. They're massive. They look great. They're big and roomy. They look nice.
Yeah, they're some of the coolest trains I've ever seen. Like,
I was really surprised though. This was kind of like a nothing announcement. Like,
yeah, they didn't really tell us anything we didn't already know.
There was no teaser campaign leading up to this thing. There was just one post that was like, "Hey," it was like Friday. It was like, "Hey, in like 3 days, we're gonna tell you about our new ride. Okay, thanks."
Yeah, right.
Yeah. But here's a speedometer. So like, it could be Back to the Future, I guess.
Yeah.
But like, it's gonna be Fast and Furious. You all knew that.
Yeah,
Anyways.
and then the actual announcement was just like the logo.
Yeah, that's about it.
We didn't. The only thing we as you said, Evan, the only thing we kind of learned was of the 170-foot spike, which California's version will not have.
Yeah, and like okay, granted, we're nerds and we follow Universal pretty heavily, and we're on Universal Twitter and stuff. But like, before this announcement, I would have said it's going to be probably Fast and Furious. It's probably going to be called Hollywood Drift or Orlando Drift, and supposed to have a spike over City Walk. So all we got was that it's Hollywood Drift and the spike is 170 feet.
Yeah.
But whatever, it's going to be cool.
My question is what they're going to do with the old Fast and Furious. Like, what are they going to do with that building and stuff? Like, I'm curious what they're going to, because that was.
I think it's going to be Back to the Future Dark Ride.
Oh,
that's my guess.
Okay. But they've got to do a lot of work. It cannot be like what is their current.
No, not that system, not that ride system. Oh God, no.
Yeah. Yeah. It would have to be a lot more.
No, the reason I say this is right before IAPA, and Kyle, they might have shown you this at IAPA. Well, everybody this at IAPA, not you specifically. Intamin showed off a new dark ride concept right before IAPA. And if you watch the video,
I do remember this.
Granted, they didn't use the Back to the Future IP, but if you watch the video, it's like, man, this reminds me of Back to the Future. Like, it's a very innovative dark ride concept. It can quote unquote launch. They show it launching, I believe, backwards. It just seems so Back to the Future-y. And I don't know if that Fast and Furious building is big enough or if it can be expanded to be big enough, but that's where I'm leaning. Yeah, probably in like 2030, but
I don't know which way I'm leaning. I think a dark ride. I mean, that's obviously the answer, right? I mean, they're not going to tear down that building because they use it for a bunch of different stuff. I don't think there's a chance in hell that it's an Intamin dark ride.
Oh man,
I don't think so. Yeah. Not from Universal.
Okay, honest question. Like, who makes their dark rides? Like, who makes Spider-Man? Who makes
Dynamic Attractions does their dark rides.
Kong too.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Dynamic Attractions should be put out of business for that ride system, but
I mean, granted, I don't know if I'm not 100% sure on the Kong because that one was just ported over from the tram tour in Hollywood, so that I don't know. But all of their big dark rides, like
Transformers,
Journey, Transformers, Spider-Man, all of the somethings that mean something are Dynamic Attractions.
Even Kuka.
Yeah,
and whatever you call the ride system on Battle at the Ministry.
That could be kind of cool if they did something like that. You know, maybe they do a Kuka arm something or whatever that goes in that building and stuff, and
maybe
theme it to Back to the Future, but it's like on a Kuka arm and you're flying around in the DeLorean and something. I don't know.
Maybe I don't
'Cause
know.
that would-
IF was a sales event, right? Maybe Intamin making a video that was like kind of Back to the Future was them saying, "Hey, Universal, can we try a hand at a dark ride instead of just coasters for you guys?"
Yeah.
I don't know. Just a thought.
They barely get by with their coasters. Velocicoaster's rough as hell.
Oh, did it get bad again? Because it was
It's
good in
never been
September.
good. I am tired of people acting like it's the best thing. It has never been good. That thing was rattler than shit on day one. I wrote it in past previews. The first day of not even past previews, soft openings.
Yeah, that was soft opening. I remember
He
when
literally
that
wrote it the first day of soft openings, and it was already rough. Like, I don't want to hear it.
I've had good trips and I've had bad trips. This year it was running pretty good. I will say this might like floor people, but there's a couple turns on Hagrid, which is an Intamin. There's a couple turns on Hagrid where I'm like, why is it shuffly? What is happening? Like the very first turn after the first launch, I can think of distinctly. So I don't know. Intamin be Intamin.
Yeah, no, it's going to be interesting for sure to see what.
I love how they announced
happens.
this new coaster, and we end up talking about what might come to replace the crappy dark ride more than the coaster.
I'm curious if Kyle's going to be like one of the last riders on.
Oh, he absolutely will, and I don't think it'd be that hard.
Yes, I will take the day off work.
Are you gonna just lap it all day?
Yeah, like I actually like that ride. I have Express after 4. Let's see what happens.
Kyle's be like, I rode it 27 times. I was sad. I was part of the family though.
The good news, Kyle, is that ride is not closing until sometime in 2027.
I have
So
at least
you have
this
a while. I'm thinking if that closes or if Hollywood Drift opens in June, this will probably close in like May. So you got a while.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. Maybe it'll close at the end of 2026. I mean, I don't know. It says 2027, but they'd be like, oh, by the way, it's done. Or, I don't know.
Well, they did say with Rip Ride Rocket, it would close in the beginning of September, and it did not. It closed in the end of August.
Yeah,
Just saying
they quietly moved it up a few weeks.
Yeah. They're like, dude, we got to get to
Maintenance was like-
construction. We got to go.
Or maintenance was like, guys, this ride ain't gonna last much longer.
I was almost on the last ride for Rip Ride Rocket. Not quite,
Yeah.
but the my train, it was like the park closed at like 8, and I think it was like 6:45 when I got my last ride, and we pulled back into the station. I'm sorry, we sat on the brake run for like 2 minutes, and while we were on the brake run, it went down like for downtime, and then it didn't reopen until after the park was already scheduled to close.
Yeah.
There were storms and stuff too that day.
Small
like, a
part of
lot.
me was thinking like, damn, if they don't reopen this thing, I just did it.
That's pretty awesome. And
Yeah.
lucky you too that you got through on the last train.
Also real quick, this wasn't on the notes, but not us, but I will go. Have been invited to the Legoland Florida Media Day for Galacticoaster here in like 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
This is news to me.
Yeah. Well, I haven't told either of you yet.
Yeah. Okay.
But in case neither of you knew, Legoland Florida is getting ready to open a indoor family coaster, much like Guardians of the Galaxy.
Ooh.
It's going to have that controlled spin. It's, it has a lot of the same high banking turns, and it's in the dark, it's space themed. Kind of like Guardians of the Galaxy meets Test Track. Everyone's going to be kind of designing their own spacecraft. Anyway,
Okay.
that media day is happening in actually, Carson, I need to look because low key you might be here for Daytona.
I okay.
Carson's like, okay, happy birthday.
Just now thinking, but anyway,
Yeah, we'll have to
I knew
talk
they
about
were
dates,
getting a
but
new
yeah.
coaster. I knew they were getting a new coaster, but I thought it was like Skull Mountain at Great Adventure or something.
Ooh.
I didn't realize it was this involved.
No, it's gonna be good. I've seen some sneak peeks from some stuff on the inside,
Ooh,
and it looks really good.
cool.
Where the hell did this come from?
They talked about it. I do remember a while ago, Because weren't they building like a building or something for it or whatever at one time, maybe?
Oh yeah, it's indoors.
No, yeah.
I guess the reason I didn't know anything about it is because I look at the concept art and it just looks like
A
they
square.
they told ChatGPT to, here's an AI or a Lego UFO. Can you make it look like a roller coaster train? And that's what it did.
I think I do remember something like that. Yeah. Well, that's
So,
cool. That'll be
all right.
exciting to hear about.
Yeah, no shit.
And
All right.
maybe I'll be able to sneak down there with you and ride the
opening-
coaster.
It's opening February 27th.
Okay.
Yeah, I have to look back in my email and see when it is. But yeah.
Nice.
Sweet.
All right. Well, looks like we got a fun February ahead of us.
We do have a fun February ahead of us for sure. I was going to talk to you. I think we'll probably take a break again for next week, and then we'll come back.
We'll see if I end up in Orlando in a couple weeks.
Evan's like, well, I'm totally buying this thing every single year because this is awesome. Evan's all the way in freaking Seattle, and then he's in California, and then he's in New York, and then he's in Texas.
Pump the brakes. We'll see. We'll see.
Be like, dude, where are you at today? You're legit to be like Justin, but only on Frontier.
Yeah. Except I'm actually going to do fun things, but my flights will get canceled half the time.
Yeah, you're going to be like, well, this is going to be fun. Be like, well,
listen, this is not me saying I like Frontier Airlines. This is me recognizing that they're doing something kind of cool.
Yeah.
And I'm going to give it a shot, but I have no hope whatsoever.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Like, we should have like an over/under. Who's gonna?
I've booked one Frontier flight in my life. It was a round trip to Horror Nights, and they royally screwed me.
Well,
and I didn't end up taking the flight down. I ended up flying in Spirit, which was fine, by the way. My flight home on Frontier was also delayed.
Well, at least it's through
it was a
Frontier and not
terrible
Spirit,
flight.
because
It
you
was
don't
an
know if
awful
Spirit.
flight.
Like, I feel like any day now, Spirit's going to go bankrupt, and they're going to be like, sorry,
Well, Frontier might too, because they're giving away flights for a penny or whatever it ends up being.
Yeah, I was going to say the one time I went to Florida with some friends, whatever. We literally had a round trip for $15. Not even kidding you. It was
That's what this
insane.
works out to be. Well, no, it's one way for $15 when you do the taxes and fees on the free flight.
Yeah, it was.
Well, it's the flight fare is a penny, and then they charge you the $15 in fees
and the government fees and everything
so
like that.
Round trip is $30.
And then Evan's gonna be sitting in his Evan's gonna be sitting in his seat. They're gonna come around with the credit card reader, like, oh, you're the Gone Wild guy. Oh, you know what? Here's the credit card reader. We need $30 for gas. You need to swipe your card.
we actually have a you wanted to sit on the flight fee, and seeing as you're in a seat, we're gonna have to charge for that, and that's $200 round trip.
I'd be like, yeah, so yeah, what they
Actually,
didn't show
our Go Wild members actually get strapped to the wing.
No, I was gonna say you actually get to sit in the bathroom the whole entire time. You can't do nothing. You just sit there.
Yeah,
it'll be interesting to see. Yeah, that'll be cool.
No, it's not going to be that bad. I got to use it like 3 times between now and the end of April of 27 to make it worth the while.
Well, I'm sure you'll probably use it a lot more than that, but yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
Let me tell you this: I ain't going to be flying to Florida much in the summer because Florida in the summer is hell.
Very, very hot.
And I already have a couple real trips to Florida in the summer, anyways. So, which I will not be using that for because I don't want to get stranded if I can't get a flight home.
Right, yeah. well, Kyle, do you want to end it and then we'll give it 2 weeks and we'll be back.
Yeah, honestly, like you said, we're gonna take a couple weeks off because it's still kind of the off season. I know we're getting close to parks opening back up again, but we're gonna take some time off. That's all I got.
Yep, I don't know. Hopefully Frontier doesn't make me hold on to the wing or something, and then I could come back and maybe tell you about a trip to Universal.
And make sure that you share this podcast with all of your friends, and make sure you rate us. Have a great day, guys.
Thanks for tuning in to the Rundown on Fun. Don't forget to follow us on social media for all the latest updates from Six Flags Entertainment. And remember, always be kind to your ride operators. See you soon.